If you have been struggling with inconsistency, procrastination, delayed obedience, laxity, not showing up for yourself, then this is for you. I'm inviting you to join me on a Build at 52-day challenge. What is this? I want to tell you a story real quick. Remember the book of Nehemiah? Nehemiah carried the builder's anointing. And if there's one thing that we are all sensing in this season is that we are in a building season. The builder's anointing is greater than ever. Everyone is rebuilding. God is calling us to rebuild our walls, to rebuild the temple, rebuild the ark. And I wanted to share, I found this revelation that just blew my mind. When Jeremiah received a call to rebuild, to go to Jerusalem, because the Jerusalem walls were lying in ruins, they were broken down, the city gates were burned, the people were disgraced and broken. I recognized that this was not just about going to rebuild walls, it was a threefold mandate. He had a call to go and rebuild the walls, but also to rebuild the people who felt dejected and disgraced, and also to restore the temple. Now, how does that apply to us? I recognize that these were parallel to who we are as human beings, your spirit, your soul, and your body. The people here represent the spirit because we're spirit beings. The Bible was saying that the people were weary and disgraced. You need to rebuild the people, right? When Nehemiah went and he had a call, he didn't do this by himself. He gathered the people and they said, let us go and rebuild the walls. He rebuilt their spirit. The second layer was rebuilding the walls. That represents your soul. The walls are your boundaries, the identity, the protection. And if your souls, the walls are down, if your soul is broken down, everything else is exposed. Your spirit is weary and your body is exposed. And that is why the temple stood exposed. So in this season, the reason why you're struggling to establish permanence in habits, in your habits that you're trying to change, is because you're only focusing on one dimension. That's never going to work. You are a tripartite being. So you need to rebuild your soul, your spirit, and your body. Now, I'm not saying you have to do everything at once, but you're going to pick one discipline that you need to effect immediately. One discipline to rebuild your spirit, one discipline to rebuild your soul, one discipline to rebuild your body. And you're going to show up every day, daily obedience for 52 days, because that is what they did, right? Nehemiah and the people, they gathered and they worked every day for 52 days and they rebuilt the walls, an entire wall of Jerusalem. It's not easy. It's not a small project, but because of the power of God, because of the commitment they did, because they were staying true to the mandate, the Lord granted them success. And they weren't without obstacles and without opposition, right? The Bible said they had constant opposition. However, they did not give up. They showed up every day, daily obedience. So in the same manner, we are all going to show up for 52 days, targeting one of these disciplines for our soul, our spirit, and our body. And we're going to trust God to establish permanence with these habits that we start. Are you with me? So I'm already on day 4. I started on February 1st, but I felt led to share this with you. So join me whenever you see this message and you feel led and you feel called. Join me. Start for the next 52 days. Commit to one discipline that you are going to build. And I believe and trust God that after the 52 days of commitment, you would have established permanence in these habits and your life will never be the same. So see you. Happy building.